Ice is one of the simplest products we interact with every day. It looks ordinary, disposable, almost invisible. And yet, behind that simplicity exists a global industrial system designed to produce ice with absolute precision at massive scale. Industrial ice is not frozen water poured into trays. It is a controlled product engineered to meet strict standards of purity, shape, density, and melting behavior. A few trapped air bubbles can weaken structure. Minor impurities can affect clarity. Small temperature variations can change how ice cracks, melts, or cools. For industries that depend on ice, food processing, medical storage, logistics, hospitality, failure is not an option. To meet this demand, factories operate continuously, turning thousands of liters of water into perfectly formed ice every hour. Water must be filtered beyond what most people drink. Freezing cycles must be timed precisely. Machines must control pressure, temperature, and movement with minimal margin for error. What appears effortless in a glass is the result of engineering systems built to control one of the most unstable states of matter. Ice is not just frozen water, it is manufactured. And once you understand how ice is really made, you will never see it as something simple again. Before we continue, this channel explores how everyday products are really made, from raw materials to industrial systems. If this kind of process interests you, consider liking the video and subscribing. It helps the channel grow and supports the production of documentary-style content like this. Ice is rarely thought of as a manufactured product. It is usually associated with convenience, not production. Something temporary, not engineered. At industrial scale, however, ice is treated very differently. Industrial ice production exists to deliver consistency in a material that is naturally unstable. Water changes behavior with minimal variations in temperature, pressure, and purity. Controlling those variables at scale is the central challenge of the industry. Unlike domestic freezing, industrial ice must meet strict requirements depending on its use. Ice used for food processing must meet sanitation and purity standards. Ice used for medical storage must maintain predictable thermal behavior. Ice used for logistics and preservation must resist premature melting and structural failure. To achieve this, production systems rely on multi-stage filtration, precise freezing cycles, and continuous monitoring. Every decision affects clarity, strength, melting speed, and performance. The goal is not simply to freeze water, it is to produce ice that behaves the same way every time, under controlled conditions, across thousands of units. To understand how ice is really made, it is necessary to look beyond freezers and trays and examine the industrial systems designed to transform water into a standardized, reliable product. Industrial ice production begins long before any freezing occurs. It starts with water quality. Although ice appears transparent and simple, the water used to produce it must meet standards far higher than those required for drinking. Minerals, dissolved gases, organic matter, and microscopic particles all influence how ice forms and behaves. Impurities trap air. Air weakens structure. Weakened structure causes ice to crack, cloud, or melt unevenly. For this reason, industrial ice facilities rely on multi-stage water treatment systems. Incoming water passes through filtration, reverse osmosis, and deionization processes designed to remove minerals and contaminants that would otherwise interfere with freezing. In many facilities, water is also degassed. Dissolved oxygen and other gases are removed to improve clarity and structural integrity. This step is critical for producing ice that freezes uniformly and maintains strength. Once water quality is controlled, temperature management becomes the next challenge. Freezing water at industrial scale is not about speed, it is about direction and control. If water freezes too quickly, air becomes trapped. If it freezes unevenly, internal stress builds. If temperature gradients are not managed precisely, cracks form as ice expands. Industrial systems address this by controlling how freezing progresses through the water. Instead of freezing from all directions, many systems freeze ice gradually from one side, allowing air and remaining impurities to migrate away from the freezing front. This directional freezing process produces stronger, clearer ice by pushing imperfections out of the final structure. Different applications require different ice forms. Block ice, cube ice, flake ice, and tube ice all serve distinct purposes and require specific freezing techniques. Block ice is frozen slowly in large molds, often over many hours. Cube ice requires precise shaping and uniform density. Flake ice is produced by freezing thin layers and mechanically scraping them off chilled surfaces. Tube ice forms around cooled cylinders, creating hollow structures with controlled thickness. Each form demands its own balance of temperature, pressure, and timing. Freezing systems operate continuously. Sensors monitor temperature at multiple points. Flow rates are adjusted in real time. Any deviation can compromise quality across entire batches. Energy efficiency is also a central concern. Freezing large volumes of water requires significant power. Industrial facilities are designed to minimize energy loss through insulation, heat recovery, and optimized cycle timing. Once freezing is complete, ice must be released from molds or surfaces without damaging structure. This often involves brief warming cycles or mechanical separation systems designed to preserve integrity. At this stage, ice is fully formed, but still vulnerable. Exposure to warmer air can cause surface melting. Rough handling can introduce fractures that accelerate degradation. To prevent this, ice moves immediately into controlled environments where temperature and humidity are tightly regulated. What appears to be a simple phase change is, in reality, a sequence of carefully managed decisions. Every step is designed to control how water behaves as it transitions from liquid to solid. Ice at industrial scale is not frozen by chance, it is frozen by design. Once ice is fully formed, the challenge shifts from freezing to preservation. At this stage, ice is structurally complete, but it remains extremely sensitive to its environment. Unlike most manufactured products, ice begins degrading the moment it leaves controlled freezing conditions. Temperature fluctuations, air exposure, and physical stress all accelerate melting and structural breakdown. Industrial systems exist to slow this process as much as possible. The first priority after release is stabilization. Freshly formed ice is transferred into cold storage environments designed to maintain consistent sub-zero temperatures. Humidity control is critical. Excess moisture causes surface melting and refreezing, which weakens structure and promotes clumping. Different ice forms require different handling strategies. Block ice is often stored whole and later cut into smaller units. Cube and tube ice are stored in bulk, but must remain separated to prevent fusion. Flake ice, due to its high surface area, requires immediate use or specialized storage to avoid rapid degradation. Automation plays a central role at this stage. Conveyor systems move ice through insulated pathways to minimize exposure to ambient air. Robotic arms and gravity-fed systems reduce physical handling, limiting fractures caused by impact or compression. Packaging introduces another layer of complexity. Ice intended for commercial distribution must be sealed quickly to prevent contamination and dehydration. Packaging materials are selected to balance insulation, durability, and cost, while allowing efficient transport. Many facilities use automated bagging systems capable of packaging hundreds of units per minute. Sealing must be airtight. Even small leaks allow warm air to enter, accelerating melting and reducing shelf life. Quality control continues throughout packaging. Random samples are inspected for clarity, size consistency, and structural integrity. Ice that fails inspection is recycled, often melted and reintroduced into the filtration system. Storage capacity is designed around demand cycles. Ice consumption fluctuates based on season, weather, and industry needs. Facilities must scale production and storage without compromising quality. Distribution presents additional challenges. Ice must be transported through cold chain logistics systems that maintain consistent temperature from factory to end user. Delivery vehicles are insulated and often refrigerated to prevent loss during transit. Time becomes a critical variable. The longer ice remains in transit or storage, the greater the risk of degradation. Logistics systems are optimized to reduce travel time and handling steps. For industries such as food processing, fisheries, medical storage, and event services, reliability is essential. Ice must arrive with predictable performance characteristics. Unexpected melting or structural weakness can disrupt operations and cause financial loss. To achieve this reliability, industrial ice production integrates forecasting, automation, and redundancy. Backup power systems protect against outages. Multiple production lines ensure continuity during maintenance or failure. Monitoring systems track temperature and performance in real time. By the time ice reaches its destination, it has passed through a tightly controlled sequence of systems designed to slow the natural tendency of ice to melt and degrade. What appears to be a temporary, disposable product is supported by permanent infrastructure built to control instability. At industrial scale, ice is not defined by its fragility. It is defined by how carefully that fragility is managed. If you want to keep exploring how everyday products are engineered at industrial scale, from raw materials to controlled systems, you can subscribe to the channel and follow the next episodes in this series. Ice appears temporary by nature, something meant to melt, disappear, and be replaced. At industrial scale, however, ice is treated as a material that must resist time, movement, and uncertainty. Every stage of its production exists to slow a process that cannot be stopped. From water purification and directional freezing to insulated storage and cold chain logistics, ice is managed through systems designed to control instability. The objective is not permanence, but predictability. What makes industrial ice remarkable is not that it freezes. It is that it holds together long enough to perform its function again and again under demanding conditions. Behind every clear cube, solid block, or layer of flake ice is a network of decisions focused on control, timing, and precision. Ice is not valuable because it lasts. It is valuable because it lasts just long enough. And that balance is engineered.